I left it on your head, and when you ever overstated, your thoughts are never everything you wanted when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You run the Christ when the breath on this set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm the sick in the head. Come on, come on. Oh, barely, my bits are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the NFC champions. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with the man who has had to stick with me all season long, Charles Davis. And Charles, the anticipation, the hype, the media coverage, all in the rearview mirror now. We can finally get down to playing some football.
Yeah, don't worry about that, partner. I'll ride or die with you anytime. You know that. But here's the best thing about this. Everyone talks about trying to keep things normal as they approach for Super Bowl. There is no such thing as normal. The pageantry, the hype, all of that is more intense than anyone could ever imagine. What you're trying to do is embrace it in one way and make sure it doesn't totally knock you off your game. That's why the night before the big one, teams often switch hotels, try and give those guys that last chance to breathe a little bit before they go out and play.
Mike, 55. Check, 55.
64, weak.
Check.
They will run for the first time here with White. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Mahomes now on first down. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards, the final tally.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Let's go, Willie. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
First down, here's White. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 35-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
Easy. He's coming. He's checking.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. It's caught. This is White. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Now here's Mahomes. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Break. 10 the mic. Come on, dude. Tight ends on the loose.
They go with Washington to begin the drive. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Ready? 60 outlaw.
Back to throw. Dennis. And this one's incomplete.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong. He's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
Hey, Charlie. 61, matchbox lights. Shoot.
Looking to throw on second down. Dennis. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Go.
From the gun, Dennis. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
Set the tone, defense, let's go.
On first, here's Washington. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Bomber.
Check tight. Mike 4. Here we go. Chance.
Now.
Operating from the gun. Dennis. Throwing left side, it's complete. His first catch. To this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
Seahawks. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Set. 30 base.
What tight end? Hey, we got four down.
Ready?
They'll run on first down. It's Washington. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Down. 15, Ronnie. 15 now. I smell fear in that offense.
No.
Get it.
From the gun, Dennis. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing the ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Flushed out right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Protein spill.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
When I see a play like that, come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
I don't listen. I'm the line. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 27-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City, with the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
They try to set up the bubble screen here. It's complete.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Ready, ready. 10-2 stop. 6-6, pull it high.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 3rd and 2. Dennis, complete to Washington. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Come on, set. 90, Wolf. Greystone, Travis.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check. X3, 218, chopper. Hey, Alpha. 2.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Recon, 132 fighter. 5.
Draw play, Washington. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Operating from the gun. Dennis. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. They start the drive with White. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 2, fellas, let's go. Hey, let's get it.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burgess. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. And he will find his man on the outside. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And this is incomplete.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area, so no grounding call.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. Over the middle, complete. It's Burgess. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. Mahomes now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Check 24. Check 24. Slam. Check it. Attack.
They will run with White out of the shotgun. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Mahomes. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Set. 18 Gator. These babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies down.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Caught by Wilson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Ready.
They run from the shotgun with Washington. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
From
the gun, Dennis. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's a quick throw out to Wilson.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Looking to throw. Dennis, and he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Throwing on first down. Dennis. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Second and 5. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Rush in. 80 weapon.
They defer to White out of the shotgun. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Yellow. You ain't going nowhere. Hey, Ridley.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet there? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
brings up third down.
So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Got it.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Check 99. Check 99.
Protein spill.
Fighting his way through contact. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Check. Check. Check.
Hey, Haywood.
Mike 4. Target.
Spike.
On first down, Dennis. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. Give him 32 on the play. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? Because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point.
Switch.
To throw on 2nd down. Dennis throwing left side here, and it's complete. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
6-6. First half. Ready.
On first down, Washington. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. He'll find Metcalf. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Dennis. The quick slant caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 5-yard touchdown. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. On 1st down, Mahomes. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 1st down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Now it's Mahomes again. It's complete to Jones. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Butker on for the PAT. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not